What's going on, people? This is Vision. This right here is a clarification vid for the last vid I just did called What Those People and My Enemies Want. Now, I didn't get no posts on my YouTube channel, and no one didn't come to me up on the street. It was an informant, and then I looked over on what I said, and, it, yeah, I could see where some people just need some clarification on, some things, not really, but I want to put it. But there was one that, the part where if they know I find out. Now, of course I'm going to find out, I'm going to find out on what they do, but what the NorCal Masons and those people who are working for the NorCal Masons, they do it anyways. So, but they do it, and in back of their mind, they know, well, if he finds out, or once he finds out, he's going to blast it out. And then it's just going to be all that on them. They know that. So, if I find out, which I will, and sometimes I don't find out right away, but I do end up finding out. I do end up finding out on what they do, and that's upsetting right there. That's bothering because, once they know that I'm going to be upset and bothered about that whole situation. So, so it's not if I find out, I am, most of the stuff I don't find out, but it's like, God, they think they do it, and they're like, well, fuck, if you find out, of course. And it just adds on what, So that one didn't need too much clarification on that end, but, just a little bit, because that's what I meant. Like, I'm going to find out, and they do it because if I find out, it's like, they know. So, I do find out. So there's not really an if. I do end up finding out, but I was kind of more or less speaking on the third party of their end, where like, well, they know if I find out. So it's like, they do these things, and it's like hoping that I don't find out, but they know if I do find out, it's not going to be good. And it's like, they get my kids to go against me. They fool my kids. They fool my mother to go against me. And when they say that they're going to stop, they don't stop. They say they understand me. They know me. They say they understand me. Of course, they say they know me, but I don't know them. I don't deal with them close like that for them to burn me. I'm getting burned behind my back from my kids, my mother, because they're getting fooled. So that's why I'm saying the constant burning that's going on, because it's like the NorCal Masons and those people, they're pulling with the fake phone calls and everything, and FSCAR's people, they're pulling my kids, they're pulling my family, my mother, my kids, and so they're going against me. They're burning. And then when I mentioned to them about any of the website, the sites, like internet stuff, like, then they don't want to talk about it. They get upset and all that kind of stuff. So I don't mention to them. I do tell them that I do MySpace and all that kind of stuff, but I don't get into detail on that and everything. So, but the NorCal Masons, it's like that's what I was saying, constant burning. It's just burning. It's like they're using people that I deal with to go against me, and they're doing it behind my back, and everything's just behind my back. So that's just just being used, and lied to, and they're getting fooled, so they're saying all these other things. Um, so yeah, that I wanted to put some clarification on. So there was also, saying that, I think I said another part where, like they wanted to say I was like a certain way or I did certain things that, I was never ever like a certain way. They said like, oh, well, he used to be like that, or he's not like that no more. No, I was never like that. Never, ever, never like that. They just want to put that on there so, because of what they said about me. They don't want to make it look like they lie. So they say those things, and it's just messed up because I was never like that. I'm not. That's why I said more lies, because they're trying to say I used to be a certain way that I never was, and it's just that's a lie because I never was like that. So they have no room to say I was like that because I was never like that. So that's why I was saying when they tell the people, oh, I used to be that way or I was like that way, and that's why I said more lies, more lies again because I was never like that, and it's just I don't know where they're getting their information from or how they're saying that I used to be like that and where they got that from because it wasn't, there was nothing of that nature that I used to be because I was never like that, so yeah, um, you know, never. And then another thing I also said when I said I'm not tripping, of course I'm bothered. I'm tripping off of like what they're doing to me with that chip and stuff like that. And that chip is not right. I didn't agree to that. I didn't want that. Nothing of that chip. But I know that chip is government. It's 100% government, and I know that so that coming into play, I know that my enemy is not behind it. My enemy Escar, he's not behind it. There's nothing on him with that chip. It's all government. So knowing that, it's like, okay, well, there's like, if the government's watching me, then I know I'm safe. You know, they're gonna know if something happens to me. They're gonna know what goes on. So I'm safe at that end. But I'm tripping because they made that technology to make a fake profile. And so they know that what they're doing to me is wrong. They know that. They know that. I know that. And so at the end, it's wrong. Completely 100% wrong. And they're doing it to make a fake profile. They're doing it for Miami. And they know that I need to get compensated for that. That never, at the end, I just see, okay, that's wrong. And my enemy doesn't get money off of that. My enemy, Escort, doesn't get no money off of that chip. So they're just doing it. So it's all the government. The government, that's where the money's going to come from. Not, Escort has nothing to do with that chip. It's all the government. So any compensation is going to come out. Knowing that, it's like, of course I'm tripping. I don't like this. I hate everything that's going on. But I know, okay, I'm safe in a way. And another thing, it's like the government, at the end, that's all money. So, yes, of course I'm tripping. I don't like that. But I know, okay, they're not, what they're doing is not right, and I need to get the compensation. They have to compensate me for going against what I wanted on me. and what I want. Because I didn't want the chip, and I don't want that fake profile. And they made that chip, they put it on me, and then they're making a fake profile, and that made me just completely angry. And it's just, people need to understand, it's like, okay, yeah, I know I said I wasn't tripping that much, but those are the reasons. Knowing that, okay, every day there's money right there at the end. Another thing, if the government's watching, I'm a little bit safe, so there's not much tripping and stuff. And it's like, and then, so another thing too, there was one where I had misinformed the people about when I said that about a payout that I had mentioned that before on another YouTube video. No, there wasn't. I think what had happened, what I meant to say was, it's kind of similar, it's similar, but what they used to do was that saying called it, or that saying what they used to, he knew about it. So that is kind of similar to that payout on what they're doing. So you have the saying, oh, well, he got paid out. It's kind of like the saying that, oh, well, he knew about it. Because before, that's what they used to do. They used to say, he knew about it, he knew about it. And then it's because when I find out about it, on what they did, what they're doing to me, then I go blast it out, and then they say after that, oh, he knew about it. But then, too, they were also trying to say, like, I lie about it, like the information that I was posting live. But once they said, oh, yeah, I knew about it, that right there went to show that my information is right, and then they're running out of excuses. So, I had mentioned in my past video, because it goes to show, like, okay, well, if I knew about it, then it goes to show I'm okay with it, and it's strong, me fighting when I wouldn't be like this. Now, the video saying, oh, yeah, well, if I got paid, that means I know about it, and I'm okay with it. That's kind of like what I was mentioning. It's like the same thing. So the misinformation was just on the same, because I didn't mention anything about that YouTube about getting paid out. There's no vid that I made where I said I got paid out. What was similar to that was a vid where I was saying that they said I knew about it. But it's kind of like the same thing, like I said, because it goes to show if I got paid out, that means I know about it, and then I'm okay with it. There wouldn't be fighting. But they weren't pushing that back years ago. They weren't saying that. Their way of trying to get out of it was saying I knew about it, which they don't use that saying no more because it got old, it got blasted out. It just went to show they were running out of excuses. My information's right when they were trying to say it's wrong, and that's it. But the payout, like I said, it's just a misinformation on that one, and I wanted to put that out there because the people were trying to find that on a YouTube video. It wasn't, but what is similar to what I said is that one where, okay, you knew about it and stuff. And then, there's a lot of other things that are going on because, FSCAR, they're trying to say my enemy is Oscar's way because they're trying to say my enemy Oscar's way is better or FSCAR's way, and everyone knows the truth that FSCAR lies about me. FSCAR, his way on me is only better for him, his people, the people that are for him, the people that are lying for him, and so no, there is no Oscar's way is only better for those people because everybody knows the real on the tragedy that happens to me now, on what happened and stuff. And I, Escar already admitted that, you know, admitted lying, and Escar got caught lying, and I blasted out Oscar a lot on what he did to me, or what that person did to me, you know. So right there goes to show that person's lying. And what they want is for me to lie and me to go to agree with my enemy's way. But that right there is everyone's gonna know that I'm gonna lie. I have to lie, and because I blasted out Escar's way, so everyone's gonna know that I would have to lie, and I would have to, you know, go for Escar, but that's never gonna happen. That's not gonna happen at all because, you know, like I said, I blasted it out, and I've already said I'm not even going to go that route. And everyone knows Oscar's way is a lie because that person got blasted out on what they did to me. And it's like they want that way so they can just get away with everything they did. So yeah, this was the clarification on what I'm talking about on the vid. That F-Scars way is something I put in there because it's just one of the things they want. That's what they want. They want F-Scars way on me. They want to say F-Scars way is better, but it's not. It's not better. It's only better for that person and that person's people, whoever's fighting for that person. You know. So remember, YouTube, MySpace, later people.